When I record electric guitar tracks using the Evolution guitar libraries, especially when it comes to lead guitars, I use the pitch wheel a lot. I not only play pitch bends using the pitch wheel, but also vibrato. In this video, I want to show you how I work with the pitch wheel to get more realistic and expressive lead guitar tracks. So first of all, let me grab my pitch wheel box here. I'm totally not showing off. The first thing that you notice about the pitch wheel is it has this little notch here, right? And so you would think that that is the ideal place to use the pitch wheel, to bend notes from. Now, just over the years, I've found that you get a lot more control if you actually put your fingers at the base of the pitch wheel. You get a little bit more resistance, from the wheel, and you get a lot more control, because when your fingers are up here, like, you're having to make these really large movements, and it feels very cumbersome. But if you put your fingers at the base of the pitch wheel, you only have to move it a little bit in either direction. Now, if I'm to bend downwards, I usually kind of, grab towards the center of the pitch wheel and move it down from there. But let me give you some examples so you can see and hear what I'm talking about. So right here I'm playing in my vibrato rather than using the, there's nothing wrong with using the mod wheel, but it's the having to switch back and forth. I much rather prefer to just use the pitch bend for vibrato as well. Now, actually, before I go into the examples, it is really important to practice the pitch wheel and to practice your vibrato on the pitch wheel with different depths and speeds and really get fluent at using it. So, okay, here's some examples. So that's just a quick example. I covered a lot of different styles of bends and vibrato. But anyway, so hopefully that gives you a better idea of how I work with the pitch wheel. The important thing to work on is, and to make sure that your pitch wheel supports this, is being able to snap back to the center position very quickly. And then that way you don't get any pitch artifacts. So you've got to be very careful about the timing, especially. So here's an example, and is one of the licks that I played in that example, is this thing. So you've got to bend upwards and then let go with your fingers and let it snap back to the center position very quickly before you play the top note, right? So let me do it down an octave so you can see it better. So I bend upwards, and then I've got to snap back to the center right when I play the E. Otherwise, if you do it too slowly, it sounds like this. Right? You get that little grace note. Let me see what else. Yeah, so that's an important thing. The other thing to bear in mind is target notes, so I know if I play a D and I want to bend upwards towards an E, I'm going to have to move the wheel all the way up, and then also if I want to bend into an E, I'll start with the pitch wheel down and bend that way. And so you've got to keep those in mind, those target notes of where you want to bend in and out of. And then also bear in mind, for example, like in that last thing that I played, bending into the E gave me the ability to then play vibrato, right? And if I start on the D and bend upwards, I don't have anywhere to go. I would have to either use the mod wheel to add in vibrato, or have my vibrato actually be a little bit lower in pitch, like this, which sounds more like using a whammy bar instead of actually bending the string. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and hopefully it gave you a better idea of how to get more expressive and realistic lead guitar sounds for your own tracks. Thanks for watching.